hand up alongside the face. Take your peace fingers. And take your peace fingers, bend them down. Bring the thumb over the right nostril and the ring finger over the left. And we're just going to balance the left and right side of the brain, the masculine and the feminine energy. And just really drop into the body and start to land into the practice. Inhale through both nostrils. Close off the right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Pause and switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Pause and switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Let's take one more full cycle. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Pause and switch, exhale left. Bringing hands together at the heart center, bowing chin to chest. If you'd like to bring an intention to this practice or maybe something for the week ahead. If you don't know what to ask for, begin with asking that your body is open and your mind is clear. And you can add anything to that. Inhale, open the eyes. Lift the gaze. Good morning, yogis. Let's start lying all the way down on our back. Supine Pigeon. Take feet as wide as the mat to lie down. And bring your left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly, and just let the knees drop open. And just arrive here on the mat. Really letting everything settle down. Breathing consciously into the body. Inhaling to the top, pausing and holding the breath in. And then pressing the breath down the spine all the way to the tailbone, exhaling out. Pausing at the bottom. Press your pinky toes into the floor, big toes pressing in towards each other. Inhale, breathing all the way up the front spine. Pausing at the top and pressing the breath all the way down the back spine. Pausing at the bottom. 2 more just like this. Let the breath be the voice of your practice today. If you're ready for Ujjayi breath, that soft whisper in the back of the throat, some liken it to the sound of the ocean, the wind. So really just start to bring that beach feeling into the practice. Just imagine the sun kissing your skin, maybe a little sand between the toes. And when you're ready, just draw the knees together to touch. And cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So we're creating a figure 4 in the legs. And push your hand into the thigh and just draw that right knee away. A couple of cycles of breath here. And activate the feet, flex that right foot and press your left foot into the floor. And then steer that right hip away. So you're creating space between the hip and the bottom ribs. We're going to take a supine pigeon. Place the hands, the right hand goes between, grab both hands onto the back of the thigh and lower the head back down. And I want you to feel this pose in your body. We're going to play with Flying Pigeon today. And this is what the pose feels like. You'd have your elbow pressing into the knee, but when you're in a supine, so when you're lying on your back, but it's the imprint. So press the back ribs down, press that, lengthen that top heel away, and maybe some of you are going to float and straighten that left leg straight up. Just notice how the body feels. It might be feeling a little tight. Maybe you haven't been out of bed that long. Maybe you have. Some of you may have even been for a run. So just notice and start to circle that top ankle both ways. Point and flex. Is there any clicking going on? Open and scrunch the toes. Good. Inhale here. And exhale here. Place the foot down. And then bring the right leg up. Hand on the thigh. Straighten the left leg out. And flex the foot. Some of you might want to have the heel on the floor. Some of you are going to have it lifted up. Inhale with the head on the floor. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. How's that core feeling? Maybe there's a little residue from last night. Exhale, lift. Just stay up. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lower. Feet on the floor. Good. Other side. Left leg up. Turn the foot. Cross it over. And just stay right here. Press your hand into the thigh. Not on the knee, but into the thigh. And just create that nice little bit of space in the hip. That's it. In your in the hip socket. Good. So stay here. Activate the feet. Really press down through the grounded foot. And you'll squeeze the outer hips in. Shoulders are drawing down. Back of the head is firming into the mat. Inhale here. Exhale here. And then thread the needle. Left hand through. Lower the head back down. Some of you might even want to put a block under the head if it feels extremely tight. And then keep pressing the hamstring. So notice how my arms are straight. Pressing the hamstring into your hands and the hands into the hamstring. Some of you are going to float the leg up. And then just point and flex. Circle. And how's the breath? Inhaling. Keep the lips closed. Exhale. Open and close the toes. I like to really warm up the joints. Good. 1 more cycle of breath here. Inhale here. Keep pressing the knee away. Exhale here. Good. Bend the knee. Take the legs straight up. Both hands around the back of the left hamstring. Extend the right leg straight. Some of you are going to put the heel down. Some of you are going to lift it up. But flex both feet. Inhale. Head on the floor. Exhale. Lift up. Inhale. Lower. Exhale. Lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one, just like this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up, stay up. And then pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lower. Take both legs up to the ceiling. Thumbs underneath the buttock flesh. That's it. Roll the inner thighs. And again, you can just stay here pointing and flexing or circling. Maybe just trying to find stillness. Close the eyes. And just a nice body scan. Inhaling through the crown of the head and just washing the spine. Lengthening it all the way down to the tailbone. Make sure your lower back is connected. That's it. And pressing down through the backs of the arms for a nice little lift in the chest. And some leg lift, double legs lifts. Point the toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, flex the feet, lift up. Point the toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. And then we're going to hold and hover. Now lift the shoulders up. Feel that connection. Flutter the legs. Here we are. Here's our beach theme. swimming through the water. That's it. Inhale. Maybe you're going to reach and wriggle the fingers. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lower arms over the head. Take a full body stretch. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees. We're just going to roll all the way over onto our bellies. That's it. Sphinx pose, point the toes. Inhale, lift, just stretching that front body and strengthening the back body. They both work really in complementary towards each other. With a strong front body, your back body is going to be strong, and vice versa. Good. More core work. Point the toes. Inhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 4 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Clasp the hands. Tuck the toes. Dolphin pose. Inhale, tiptoe feet all the way up. And just stay here. 3 cycles of breath. Stretch the tops of the feet. Inhale, high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Good. Downward facing dog. Lift up, one hand at a time. And just a little nice pedaling through the feet. Spread the fingers. Look towards the thumbs. And just lift those back ribs up. Good. Stay right here. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. And we're just going to drop the knees to the floor. Cat-cow. Spin the fingers back towards the wrists. Circle around on the wrists. My knee's quite sore, actually. Last night I went for a run and I fell over right in front of someone. And it really gave me a fright. I was rolling onto the concrete. Let's take cat-cow with the fingers facing in. I can really feel the residue on my knee. Inhale, heart lift. So drop the belly. Exhale, round. Lift the back ribs up. Feel like you're pulling the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, round. 3 more. Inhale, heart lifts. Just movement to breath. If you want to go a little faster, you can. If you want to go a little slower, you can. And if you want to have the fingers facing forward, that's good too. Good. Spin the fingers back facing forward. Move the handprint forward. 1 handprint. And up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Float that right leg straight back. Let's start to move. Knee to nose round. See if you can touch the knee to the nose. Inhale. Knee to nose round. Good. Last one. Knee to nose round and hold. A little bit more core work. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. This really helps with the step through. So you'll be able to kick the heel to the buttock to step through. Inhale, lift. And step the foot all the way through. Good. Drop your back knee down. Lizard pose. Bring both hands inside the right foot. And then inhale here. Some of you are going to stay up onto the fingertips and lift the chest. Squeeze the buttocks together. Others are going to drop down on your elbows. And maybe you've got a block at home. And it's just a really good idea. If you haven't got blocks, I would seriously think about investing into a pair to have for your home practice. I think we're still like another month or 2 away from the studios opening. And I feel they really are the best gift in the practice. Just making poses more accessible. Just being able to bring the floor to where you are. Good. Stay right here. Inhale here. Exhale here. Good. Tuck the back toe under. Lift the back knee. Just move forwards and backwards, stretching those toes. Lift the back ribs up. Press the crown of the head. You're really activating, pressing the knee into the right shoulder. Good. Drop the back heel down. Good. Move your block to the side. Hand to the floor. Hand on your ankle or hand on the block. Good. Top arm up. Squeeze that right buttock. Pull it in and under. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, arm up and over. Good. Press the head back. Draw the ribs in. And activate the back foot by pressing it back. Notice where you feel tension and tightness. I'm feeling it all through my inner right hip and thigh. And unfortunately, my knee from when I fell over. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Let's take a twist. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, we'll start with a high lunge, both arms up, breathe in. And then exhale, sink. Hook the thumbs. And I like to hook the thumbs. You can feel and see the ribs lifting off the hips. Inhale here. Sink into the thigh. Exhale. Squeeze your buttocks together. Some of us are just going to lift up, maybe look up. And some of us are going to shift into the back bend. Reach those arms back. Squeeze the biceps into the ears. Inhale here. And exhale, lift up. Both hands to the floor. Left hand down, right arm up. And some of you are going to stay with the back knee down. I'm going to lift up and then just rock forwards and backwards, arm up and over the head. Inhaling here, really activating the hips today. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, top arm up. Step back into plank. Vashisthasana, side plank. Drop the hips to the side. I'm going to stack my feet. Let's just keep both hands down. Good. Lift the bottom hip higher. Good. Stay right here. Good. Now peel. Come high on the left fingertips. The arm up. Float the top leg up. Inhale here. Put a bend into the knee. Step it behind. Arm up and over. Good. Lifting the chest. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Point through your right foot all the way to the big toe. Get the big toe down to lift the bottom hip. Inhale, top arm up. Step the feet, plank pose. Lowering all the way down to the floor. Lower down. Low cobra. Drag the hands back. Squeeze the elbows in. Forehead to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. How's your gyri breath? It's really nice if you can hear your breath. Keeps you in the meditation of the pose. Two more. Inhale, lift. Just warming the upper thoracic. Exhale, lower. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Pause and hold it up. Float the hands off the floor. Reach the hands back. Clasp the hands together. Lower everything down. Point through the right toe so the foot lifts off the floor a few inches, and then the left. Spread the toes. Inhale, lift everything up. Salambhasana. Press the crown of the head away from your feet. Lift up through the navel as you're pressing the hips down. Inhaling here. Exhale, lower, down. Good. Tuck the toes. Lift up and back. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. That's it. Take a deep breath in. And a nice big sigh out. Float the left leg straight back. Inhale. Knee to nose round. Exhale. See if you can touch the knee to the nose. Exhale, round. Inhale here. Knee to nose round. And then we're going to lower the knee, finding that core. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift up. Last one. Now lift and then step it through. Drop the back knee down. Both hands inside the left foot. Release the back toes. Inhale, lift. And exhale, you can stay right here. Come down to the elbows or a block. Good, you're going to work your left knee. Squeeze the left knee into the left shoulder. Puff the back ribs up. And then notice what's happening with the head. Are you craning in the neck? So soften and dissolve the wrinkles in the back of the neck. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Good, we're going to tuck that back toe under. Rock forwards and backwards, stretching the toes and the joints of your right foot. Keep squeezing the buttocks and the outer hips in. That's it, good. One more cycle of breath. Bring that left hand on the inside. And now drop the back heel down. You're going to have my back towards you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale here. Sometimes I like to grab the ankle. Now squeeze your left buttock in. Top arm up and over. Activate the pose from the back foot. So pick it up, press it back, reach, and then draw the ribs in. Feel like you're zipping your ribs up through the middle of the body and drawing them in all the way up. Good. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale. And exhale here. Top arm up. Exhale, hand down. Drop the back knee down. High lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, sink. Good. I like to hook the thumbs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink into the front thigh. Now squeeze your buttocks, the hips in. And just snuggle your biceps into the ears. Inhaling here. And exhaling here. Good. Both hands to the floor. Right hand down, left arm up. And there's your first little nice twist. And again, arm up and over. How's the breath? Breath is the most important part of the whole practice. Really, when we're not using the conscious breath, we're not doing yoga, we're just stretching. Top arm up, hand down. Plank pose. Drop the heels to the left. Again, you've got my back. Now stack the feet, but keep the right hand down. And now lift the bottom hip up. Notice how that right hand wants to peel off the floor. So lift it up onto the fingertips. Top arm up. Star pose. Bend the knee, step it behind. Left toe, big toe down. Lift up and over. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, lift up, feet together, plank pose. Lower halfway down. You can drop the knees here. Roll over the toes, up dog. Stay right here. Lift the knees, lift the thighs, lift up through the crown of the head. Inhale. Pike the buttock. Keep the feet where they are. Now lift, pause, hold here. Stretch the tops of the feet. Keep puffing the ribs up and then roll over the toes. Good. 3 cycles of breath. Have a look at your hands. Have a look at your feet. Make sure the heels are hiding. And then lift and puff those back ribs up. Inhale, come high, tippy toes. Bend the knees, 2 steps to the top. Right leg, the left. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Good. Clasp the hands on your sacrum. We were here earlier when we were lying on our full front body, Salambhasana. So same arms, lift the arms up and over. Snuggle your ribs onto the thighs. Take the kind of intenseness out of the hamstrings. Drop the head, look all the way up. And then imagine my hands were holding your hands, lifting them up so the shoulder heads lift. And when you want to work a little bit more in the hamstrings, start to lift and squeeze the kneecaps, lifting the thighs up towards the hips. So maybe a little sway in your tail. Change the cross of your thumb. It's just something very simple, but it makes you use the left and right side of the brain. Same as when we're doing the pranayama at the beginning. That's it. So change the cross of the thumb so the other thumb's on top. Press through the feet. Walk the feet together. Chair pose, Utkatasana. So keep the arms, shift the weight. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Good. 2 more. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Last one, Utkatasana chair. Inhale, now lift both arms up. Exhale, sink lower. Good. Float the toes off the floor. Lift your hands, sweeping pinky fingers in towards each other. Building a nice amount of heat in the body here. Exhale, stand all the way up, adding cactus arms, back bend. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's bring some flow into the practice. Both arms up. Breathe in, inhale. Forward fold and bow, exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Step back into plank. Vinyasa, you can take low cobra or upward facing dog. Lift up and back. 3 cycles of breath. That's it. And just make sure you're dropping back into the breath. There's a really nice grounding exercise. So visualize the breath coming in through the palms of the hands, up the arms. And then exhale, press the breath down the body, out through the legs, out through the feet. Inhale through the palms, up the arms. Exhale, press the breath through the body, out the legs, through the feet. Inhale, high tippy toes, bend the knees, maybe jump to the top. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. A little bend in the knees as we lift all the way up. Cactus arms back, bend. Both arms up. Let's move through forward fold and bow. Surya A. Inhale, half lift. Step back. Vinyasa. Roll over toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. This time reverse the breath. Inhaling through the soles of the feet, up the thighs. Exhale, out through the arms, out through the hands. That's it. Inhaling through the soles of the feet, up the legs. Exhale, down through the arms, through the hands. Inhale, lift both heels high. Bend the knees, step, walk, float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose from the floor up. Shift the fingers forward. Bend the knees. Steer the hips back. Inhale, lift. Exhale here. Let's bring in a twist to our chair pose. Parivrtta Utkatasana. Hands at heart. Lift the back ribs up. Inhale. You're going to spin to your right. That's it. Now look down. See your knees. Steer and draw the left knee back. Some of you are splitting the arms here if that's available. Don't worry if it's not. It's just observing what feels good in the body today. Good. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Good. Hands at heart. We're going to float the left leg back, working into the hips. Inhale, step back. Exhale, step it up. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the buttocks. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. How's your balance? Pause and hold it here. And again, split the arms. 3 cycles of breath. Lift the back heel. Press the crown of the head forward. Good. And both hands down. Inhale. Float the right leg straight back. 3-legged plank. Glide forward. Roll over the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward for warrior 1. Back heel down, squeeze that right hip in. Both arms up, breathe in. Exhale, just hang out here. Hook the thumbs. Now steer and drive the right hip back so you can roll this left hip forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the ribs in. Activate the back heel. As you inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Vinyasa. And then we'll move into the other side. The left side. Warrior 1, float the left leg forward, back heel down, squeeze, left hip in, inhale, lift, hook the thumbs the abnormal way, exhale, sink, and that's it. Steering the left hip back to roll the right hip, ribs in as you activate the back foot to lift up, exhale, hands to the floor, vinyasa. Good, we're going to do that same sequence again. Surya B with those lovely hip openers right at the opening there with the twisting chair. I remember doing those in Joe Cara's class, and one of my favorite teachers at Yoga Works. I'm just thinking, oh my goodness. So just notice how that feels in your body. Inhale, high tippy toes. Bend the knees, step, walk or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose from the ground up. Bend the knees. Shift the weight so the toes lift. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift the back ribs up as you squeeze the hands together to exhale, twist. Good, now squeeze that left hip in. Lift the back ribs up. Good, and then press in the crown of the head forward. How are the toes? What's that right knee doing? Always have a look down. Just observe. Some of you are splitting the arms. Maybe you split them and think, no, I'm not going to split them. So you choose. You always have a choice. And that choice might be taking child's pose. Hands together. Good, I'm just going to snuggle this elbow down. We're going to float that right leg back, squeeze the buttocks together. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bend. Step it up. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. The balance feels a little funky on this. Keep squeezing the buttocks. Last one, we're going to step back, hold. Split the arms. 3 cycles of breath. Activate the back heel, lift it up. That's it. And make sure that the big toe is pressing. I have a habit of rolling into the pinky toe of the back foot. Maybe even float the toes of your front foot. Inhale here. Lift up, both hands to the floor. 3-legged dog. Float the left leg straight back. Inhale. 3-legged plank. Lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forward. Warrior 1. Back heel down. Inhale, both arms up. Just 1 breath here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Think of this like Surya Namaskara. Well, it is Surya Namaskara B. Good. Left foot forward. Back heel down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Vinyasa, downward facing dog, or skip. Skip as many vinyasas as you need in the practice. Inhaling here, 3 cycles of breath. Exhaling here. Walk the hands back towards the feet. And stay in the forward fold and bow. Grab the elbows. Bend the knees. That's it. And just nod the head. You can change the clasp of the elbows. Roll those inner thighs back and really squeeze your buttocks and the outer hips in. Notice if you're hyperextending. Drop the left hand down. Inhale, lift up. And then just take a nice twist. Maybe you're going to bend that left knee. That's it. And then other side. Beautiful. Press down through the grounded hand to lift up those top fingers. And hands down. You're just going to roll yourself all the way up. Yeah, we're going to play with tree pose. So I'm going to turn to face you. Standing on your left foot. Squeeze that left hip in. Inhale, float the right leg up. So we're going to just take the knee wide. So tree pose. Shavasana, flex the foot. Yeah, just stay right here. Inhale here. So remember you've got the option. Ankle to ankle, sole to calf, or grab it, the ankle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. We're really working that outer hip. Imagine I'm leaning against that wall behind me and I want my shoulder, back of the shoulder heads to touch, belly draws in, and the head presses back. Good. 2 more cycles of breath, hands at heart. Good. Inhale, take the prayer up if it feels good. And just think of your tree. Maybe we're a palm tree in the beach. So you've got roots through the grounded foot, lifting all the way up. And only when you feel anchored and supported can you flourish. So by opening your branches wide. Stay right here. Put a bend into the knee. Inhale here. And that lifted right leg, just think of that. That's your warrior 2, Parsvakonasana. So it's just a nice hip opener. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Here we are, back at figure 4. Inhale here. So if you need to stay here, stay here. Most of us are going to bend the knee. Good. And this is going to turn into flying pigeon. Not on this one, but the next one. So maybe you want to start thinking about, are those hands going to touch the floor? If you've got blocks, think about that toe around the upper arm. Otherwise, just stay here. Squeeze the buttocks, lift the back ribs, lift the shoulder heads, flex that foot. Inhale, lift. And exhale, step the feet together. Pedal through the feet. I feel a lot of work in the calf muscle, my ankles. Good. And now standing on the right foot. Inhale, float the left leg up. Put a bend in, open it wide, flex the foot. Just stay right here. Maybe you're just even pressing your hand onto the right hip. Just squeeze it in. Imagine your wall. That's it. There's always a lot of work. You can either hang out in the pose. I'm going to lift up on the inhale. Exhale, press. Good. And then rebend the standing knee. So there's lots of poses like tree pose, that people just hang out. So, you've done it a lot. So think of it within a beginner's mind. Think about working the pose from the floor up. Press through the foot, bend the knee, shoulders draw back. Now we're going to think of ourselves as this beautiful tree and our branches reaching. Good. And then only when the body feels rooted and grounded that we can open wide. Then there's that lovely natural sway of the body. Imagine your arms as your branches swaying in the wind. Squeeze the hips and the buttocks together. Good. Inhale here. How's your balance feeling? This is always a great guide with the balancing poses to see how we are. What's happening on the outside shows up on the mat always. Draw the knee wide enough, flex the foot. But we're not judging ourselves. We're observing and we're witnessing. There's a big difference. Sometimes we do get cross. We're in tree pose. You're like, I can do this pose, like with my eyes closed, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes the simplest poses can be the most challenging. That's it. 2 more cycles of breath again. Play. Can you drop your hands to the floor, knowing we're going to take Flying Pigeon. Squeeze the outer hips. That's it. 1 more cycle of breath here. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And feet together. Inhale, both arms up. Lift high on the tippy toes. And tiptoe the feet all the way up to the mat. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, both arms up. Breathe in. Forward fold and bow. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands. Step back into plank, vinyasa, or straight to down dog. Just flush it all through. Really start to feel the hips moving and shifting and opening. Float the right leg straight back. Put a bend into the knee and now open the hip. Circle the ankle. This feels delicious. I like to lift up on those left fingertips. Square the hip. Straighten the leg. Right knee, right elbow, hold. Good. Hold it here. Now lift it up to the upper arm. This really helps with your arm balances. Inhale here. Cross it over to the left. Elbow, now lift it up. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Knee to nose round. Step it through. Warrior 2. Squeeze that right buttock in as you reach that left arm back. And just lift up. The leg stays lovely and bent. Sink. Press that right thigh down. And I need to walk my front foot forward. Hands behind the head. Draw the elbows wide. Stand into the back foot. Lift up. Squeeze the muscles. Lift them up. Inhale. Look up to your right elbow. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Lift. So really using the obliques as we open the hip. Last one here. Pause and hold. Drop the hand down. Maybe go at the ankle. Top arm up. Arm up and over. 2 cycles of breath. Lift those back ribs. Think about side plank. Lift up. That's it. Now we're going to keep the arms straight in the front leg. Maybe you're going to bring that hand to the ankle and slide up. Triangle pose. I like to walk the back foot forward and then arm up and over. Some of you want to float that bottom arm. And again, think side plank in the sideways. Press through the feet, lift the knees, lift the thighs. Notice what's happening in the neck. Is that head resting on the bottom arm? 1 more cycle of breath here. Inhale. Hand down, exhale. Top arm up. Ardha Chandrasana. More balancing. Working that right outer hip. Rebend the front knee. Slide your hand. I'm going to grab my block. Always the block makes this pose just a lot more accessible to come into. Have a look at the grounded foot. Make sure it didn't move. And that transition, top arm up. Lift up. 3 cycles of breath here. So again, work the pose. Shift the top foot. Think of that bottom hand to press down to lift the top arm up and then press the crown of the head away. Kick the heel to the buttock. Or maybe you draw the knee to the chest to grab the ankle. That's it. Rebend the standing knee before you press down. Inhale, lift. That's it. Some of you are going to float that bottom arm up. Maybe as you kick in the hand, you're going to reach that bottom hand forward. That's it. How's that outer hip? Lots of work going on. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Good. Bottom hand down. Release the bind. Step all the way back. High lunge. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale. Anchor the pose. Take the twist. Hinge forward. Some of you are going to drop that bottom knee to come into the pose. Some of you are going to split the arms. Good. 3 cycles of breath. Maybe arm up and over, maybe a half bind, maybe even a full bind here. Good. Squeeze the buttocks, lift the back heel. Inhale, top arm up. Hand down. 3-legged dog. Inhale, float the right leg straight back. Feel the hip. Glide forward, 3-legged plank. Roll over the toes. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, lift the knees, lift the thighs. Exhale, down dog. Gosh, take a deep breath in. And a lovely sigh out. Press that right heel down as you float the left leg back. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Circle the ankle. Should feel nice and warm. Remember our lovely time at the beach. Some of you might even be practicing outside. I'd love to hear if you did move outside. Inhale, straighten the leg. Left knee, left elbow, right forward, hold. Now lift it up. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Over to the right. Inhale, lift. Float the leg back. Knee to nose round. Step it all the way through. Warrior 2. Squeeze that left buttock in. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale here. Good, hands behind the head. Just going to flip around. That's it. Now stand into the back foot, sink into the front thigh. Just walk your feet so they're in a really nice wide stance. Press into the back foot. Inhale, look up to your left elbow. Exhale, twist. Elbow to knee. It's not a twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. 3 more. Inhale, stand into the back foot. Good. 2 more. Inhale here. Exhale, bend. Last one. A lot of oblique work, hip work. Bend and hold, and then drop the hand down. Hand actually can touch the floor here. Good. Pause here. Arm up and over. Inhale here. Now lift those back ribs. Activate the feet. That's it. How's the breath? Most important part of the pose. Notice if it's getting a little choppy. That's it. 1 more cycle of breath. Inhale, top arm up, triangle pose. So just bring your hand onto the ankle if you haven't got a block. Straighten the front leg. Think about the top hand lifting you up. Pause. Hand on the shin. I walk my back foot in just a step. Arm up and over. And then rework the pose. Pick the back heel up. Reach, spin, chin into that right armpit. And then rebend this front knee. I have a little habit of hyperextending, so I really have to be mindful. Bottom arm up, 3 cycles of breath. What's happening with the head? Reaching through. Here's your side plank and the side body. Good. 1 more cycle of breath. Bottom hand down, top arm up. Top hand on the top hip. Rebend the standing knee. Slide the hand or your block forward. Inhale, lift. Good. Pause here. Spin. Look through. Maybe you're going to look through the body to the back foot to make sure you can see it. Rebend. Inhale, lift. Just going to step back a little bit. That's it. I was thinking about practicing outside. We've got a dog next door. And he just barks, the big old dog. And I just thought it would be so annoying if he's barking all the way through. In the knee, Shavasana. That's it. Kick the heel to the buttock. Notice how kicking the heel to the buttock lifts my body up. Some of you will reach that hand forward. That's it. 1 more cycle of breath here. And hand to the floor. Release. Bend the knee, step all the way back. High lunge. We're going to pivot and lift. Exhale, sink. Good. Squeeze the buttocks. Straighten that back leg. Hands to heart. Inhale, lift up. Hinge forward, lift the back ribs. Exhale, twist. That's it. Reach and look up. Arm here. Some of you take arm up and over. Squeeze the hips and the buttocks in. Activate the back heel by lifting it up. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hand down. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Really nice transition. Up and back. Downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. Stay where you are. That's it. And just notice if the body has any tension, and sometimes the body's open and the mind is tight. So just take a little look inside your body. How does the mind feel? Does it feel tightness between the eyes or any gripping? Maybe you're clenching your teeth. Inhale. Come high on the tippy toes. Bend the knees. We're going to jump to the top of the mat for a Bakasana. Good. First Bakasana. Let's take Malasana first, but we're going to, instead of taking the feet as wide as the mat, we're going to keep the feet together. Draw the knees wide and just tiptoe the fingers forward. Bow the chin to the chest, ears in line with the bicep. You're lowering the heels down towards the mat over time, but draw the heels together if you can. My heels don't fully touch the floor. I'm getting there slowly. Good. Inhale, lift up. If you don't feel like arm balancing, then take Malasana, feet as wide as the mat. I'm going to take Bakasana if you're not sure. Kick the heels to the buttock. Good, just stay right here. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Some of you are going to shoot back. Some of you are going to step into down dog. Some of you might even go to child's pose. Whatever feels good. I'm going to shoot back. Inhale. Roll over the toes. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Setting up for Flying Pigeon. If you've got blocks and this is a challenging pose, have your blocks handy. Good. Let's come into chair pose first. Utkatasana chair. Shift the weight into the heels. Lift the toes. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Cross the right. Stand onto your left foot and then cross the right leg over the left. Good. Inhale here. Figure 4. Exhale, lower down. Maybe your work is right here, lifting the back ribs, flexing the foot. If you've got blocks, maybe, and you feel like you can't get your hands to the floor, start here with your blocks. Maybe you've got 2 books the same size, some dictionaries or encyclopedias. But the work is hooking your big toe around the bicep. And maybe that's your work there. Good. There's a ledge here right on the back of the elbow. You press your knee. Good. And then steer the right hip back. Maybe it's just lifting to here. That's it. Maybe some of you can lift that back leg up. Mine going today? I'm not sure. Yeah, there she is. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, lower down. Good. Step the feet together. Bakasana in between. Maybe Bakasana to tripod headstand. Inhale, high tippy toes. Bend the knees, knees into the armpits. Fingers to the floor. Spread them like down dog. Inhale, hinge forward. Lift up. Heels to the buttock. Look down at your thumbs to find cat pose. Heels pressing to the buttock. I'm going to lower my head to the floor. If you need to move to the wall, inhale, lift, squeeze the elbows in towards each other as you actively press down through the forefinger thumb. Roll the inner thighs, squeeze the outer hips. Inhale here. And exhale, make your way back down into Bakasana if possible, otherwise all the way down to child's pose. Good work, yogis. How did that go for you? Good, I hope. Utkatasana chair. Shift the weight into the heels and inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Float the right leg over the left. Steer the knee wide. Good, sorry, left leg over the right. My bad. Good, inhale here. Draw that left knee away. Bend the knees. Good. Now snuggle. This works, snuggling the foot around the bicep. Maybe remove the blocks this time. Even if it feels challenging to get the hands down, sink the hips lower, bend the knee, and then I just rock forward. That's it. Work that knee onto the back, little platform of the elbow. Shift the weight forward, find cat pose. Maybe just kicking the heel to the buttock. And that's a lot. Maybe you're floating that back leg. Stay for a few breaths. Inhale here. And then knee in. Lower all the way down. Good. Step the feet together. Jump up the mat. Inhale, high tippy toes. Bend the knees. Lower all the way down into your sit bones. Shavasana. Good. We're nearly, well, we're really a long way through the class. Nearly 12 o'clock, so we're doing great. Inhale, float the legs up. Pause here. Roll the shoulders down. Just let it simmer. Where's the work? Maybe you need to bend the knees and draw the knees into the chest. That's it. We're going to lower halfway down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower and hold. Now crisscross the feet. That's it. Keep lifting the shoulders. Squeeze the muscles to the bone. Look at your thighs. Want to look nice and strong. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Feet on the floor. Cross the right leg over the left. Back in that figure of 4. Hands behind the head. Flex the foot. Inhale with the head on the floor. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Keep the foot floating off the floor. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 5 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Flex both feet. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Use the breath. 1 breath per movement. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. And now swap sides. Inhale, lower. Foot on the floor. Head on the floor. Flex both feet. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep the right foot hovering. Exhale, lift. 1 breath per movement. Inhale. Exhale. Arms wide. Squeeze it in. 5 more. Go at your own pace. Two more. Last one. And lower down. Good. Rock and roll forwards and backwards. Backwards and forward. That's it. We're just going to pause on the last one. That's it. Cross the legs at the shins. Jump, step back. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Good. Stay right here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. We're going to come into Eka Pada Utkatasana. Intense side stretch. I'm stepping my left foot between the hands. So whatever foot you need to step through so you can see your screen. But the feet are take your feet wide as the mat. Pick the heels up. Hands on the hips. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, lift up. Good. Both arms wide. Right arm over the left. Garudasana arms. Inhale, lift. And just stretching the shoulders. Done a lot of hip work. So squeeze the forearms together. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Have a look at your feet. Spread. See if you can pit the toes up. Spread them. Place them back down. Bend the knees. And then shift your weight forward. Even glide your hands forward. Drop the chin to chest so the back of the neck feels long. Lift your hip bones, sit bones up. Squeeze the hips in. Press through the feet. Bend the knees. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, release. And then other side, left arm over the right. If the arms don't bind, self-love, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold and bow. And just snuggle in here. That's it. And again, set the pose up from the floor up. Shift your weight forward. Make sure the heels stay on the floor, but you feel like you're pressing through all four corners of the feet. Puff the back ribs up, squeeze the forearms together, and just keep lengthening those fingers slightly forward. Good. 2 more cycles of breath. The belly's drawing in and up. Inhale. And hands to the floor. Exhale. Option for a tripod headstand, or maybe you just want to take a twist here. So you choose. I'm walking my hands back towards the alignment with my feet. Hands are shoulder distance, and I bend my knees to get my head to the floor. Inhale, I lift up on the tippy toes, squeeze the elbows in, and then start to lift up. Good. Stay right here. Roll the inner thighs. Remember what your legs look like when you were lying on your back right at the beginning. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. One more cycle of breath. And split the legs. Coming all the way down. Good. Step your feet together. Step or jump. Inhale, half lift. And then all the way up. Good. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Inhale, half lift. Bend the knees, step back into plank, vinyasa, meet me in down dog. Roll over the toes, up and back. Downward facing dog. Good, float the left leg straight back, inhale. Right knee, right wrist, glide forward. Good, and now swing the foot across. Single pigeon, so it's the same action in the hip. Good. And if this feels too much, lie on your back and come into the same pose in the one we started right at the beginning of class. Good. Inhale here. Exhale here. And just have a look. Make sure your right foot is flexed, and you need to look to the back foot. Make sure the legs in alignment. Spread the toes of the back foot. Press down through all 5 toenails. Inhale, lift. And exhale here. Good. Just stay up onto the hands. We always kind of are searching for this pose to lengthen down. So we walk the hands forward. Maybe you want to play with, maybe even lifting the hands up. Inhale here. Exhale here. And if it feels too much in the body, no pain, no electrical pain, inhale, lift, and then walk the hands down. That's it. Forehead. I like to stack the fist as a pillow and lower my forehead to the fist. And then work the pose. Think about, take your focus and your mind's eye into the right hip and squeeze the right hip in as you notice that left hip rolling forward. Now press that left hip down. Point the toes of your left foot, get the toenails down, maybe even lift the knee up and then lower it back down. You're pressing your forehead down into the hands to activate and lift the front ribs away from the floor. Belly drawing in. And how's the breath? Wriggle the jaw, soften the tongue, your eyes. And just feel the pose from the inside. Really get out of that thinking mind and come into the feeling mind. 2 more cycles of breath here. Inhale, come up onto the hands. Put a bend into the back knee. Right hand down, windmill the left arm back. Inhale here. And then kick the heel to the buttock. I like to spin my fingers forward, but this needs quite a lot of opening in the shoulders. So don't worry if yours don't, but maybe that's a little bit of progress that you can work on in the practice. And pressing down to lift the chest up. Think Sphinx pose in the chest. Inhale here. Exhale here. And then release the foot. Good. Tuck the toe under. We're going to just step and lift that right foot through. Lizard pose. Drop the back knee. Bring it the L shape, and you're going to bring it into the back of the ankle and snuggle your shoulder under. That's it. So the shoulder's snuggling into the back of the knee and the calf muscle. Inhale, lift. And then maybe a bound lizard. Press the crown of the head, lift the back toe, lift the back knee, and squeeze the outer hips. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. You can keep the hands down or you can keep the back knee down. There's lots of different layers of this pose. Good. And today, we're not going to lift up into birds of paradise. We're just feeling the bound lizard. Inhale here. And release the bind, drop the knee. Bring both hands on the outside and inside and outside. Float the right leg straight back. Put a bend into the knee, open the hip. There's the option to flip the dog all the way over. Inhale, lift. Exhale here. You might even want to press down through the left foot and kick the right heel to the buttock. Inhale here. Exhale here. Place the foot down, inhale, lift. And back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Or you're going to skip, roll over the toes, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, float that left leg straight back. Left knee, left wrist, glide forward. And now swing the foot across to the right wrist and walk your back foot back. Release the toes. Remember, we're staying upright. Flex the left foot. Inhale here. Exhale here. That's it. And then inhale, lift both arms up. Maybe even hook the thumbs. Work the pose. Squeeze that left hip back. Roll the right hip forward. Press down through all 5 toenails of the back foot. Inhale, lift up, look up. Hands down. And then just walk the hands forward. Snuggling into the pose. Stacking the fists to make a nice little pillow for the forehead. And now let's work the pose. Squeeze the left hip in. Roll the right hip forward and then press that right hip down. You're just lifting the front ribs away from the floor. And this lifts the back ribs up. So you feel cat pose here, right in single pigeon. 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Squeeze the buttocks together. Inhale, come up onto the hands. This time keeping the left hand down as you bend the right knee. Point the toe. Maybe the work's just here. A lot of work just lifting that leg and the hamstring. Inhale, windmill. If you can't catch the foot, the work is reaching and looking back. Others are going to grab it. I'm spinning my fingers forward and then rolling that front shoulder forward. Look forward. Sphinx pose in the upper chest. Press down to lift the chest up and out of the hips. Inhale. Exhale here. 2 more cycles of breath. And we've got our flip the dog, bound lizard coming up. That's it. And release the foot without slingshotting it. Hands down. Tuck the back toe. Inhale. Lift that left foot up and place it down. Good. Some of you are going to drop that back knee. Most of us. Actually, all of us. Walk the left foot to the left. Remember, we were here right at the beginning of class. That's it. We were setting up for this pose. That's it, just planting seeds. Bring your thumb and the finger around the back of the ankle so you can snuggle in. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale here, and then reach the hands out. Maybe a bound, maybe the arms are going to stay. 3 cycles of breath. Bound lizard. Press the crown of the head away from the back foot. Squeeze the hips in as you lift the back ribs up. Just notice how many of the actions are similar, the same. One action, it's called a complementary action. When you do one thing, something else happens in the body. And release. Good. Drop the back knee down. Hand either side of the front foot. Inhale, tuck the back toes. Float the left leg straight back. Put a bend into the knee. Maybe you just want to stay here. Otherwise, flip the dog all the way over. Inhale, lift. Exhale here. 3 cycles of breath. I'm going to press through my right big toe to kick my heel to the buttock. That's it. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. Bottom hand down. Plank pose. Half splits. Inhale, float the left leg, right leg straight back. Bend the knee and step the foot all the way through. We'll play half splits, full splits. So drop the back knee. Roll the hips back. Good, stay right here. Some of you are going to keep the hips lifted. Others whose hamstrings feel fully open, drop the heel to the buttock. Cupcake fingers, inhale, lift. Exhale, tiptoe fingers forward, bowing chin to chest, forehead towards the shin or the knee. 2 more cycles of breath. You can stay right here. Otherwise, let's take full splits with the right leg forward. So I come that knee, so I'm almost in a runner's lunge, and now I like to slide the back knee down and walk the back knee back, and then I'm just pointing the right toe, almost trying to get that toe to the floor. Scissor that right hip back. My back knee's down. I can't do full splits at the moment. It's a goal. If you've got blocks, if you're fortunate enough to have a block, it feels really nice to put that block right at the kind of back of the thigh and the buttock. And then this just allows you to be able to surrender down. Hands on the hips. Some of you might even be able to lift the arms up, lift up. And maybe even a forward fold and bow. And just notice, are your hips screaming at you? Where do you feel tightness and tension? Maybe it's still in the mind. Just soften any amount. Inhale, walk the hands back. Tap the back toe. I'm going to swap sides. So just draw that right leg back. Maybe you've got to keep the knee down. And left foot forward. Back knee down. Good. Half splits. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Maybe hips hover. Inhale, lift. Maybe hips come all the way down. So the buttocks release to the heel. 3 cycles of breath wherever you are. And then play. Chin to chest. Backwards lift. Outer hips squeeze in. And really notice the left foot. Make sure it's flexed. The toes are drawing back. A lot of lovely work in those hamstrings and the hips. Good. Some of you are going to stay here because this is where your work is. Others are going to lift up, slide the right knee back, and then just walk and slide the left foot forward. Good. Point the toe. Inhale here. How does this side feel to the other side? You know, one side of the body is definitely stronger. My left hip works a lot better for me in the balancing poses. Good. I'm going to put this block right underneath the buttock and the back of the thigh. Inhale, lift up. And point that left foot. Scissor that left hip back. Roll the right hip forward. Inhale here. And maybe a forward fold and bow. Exhale. 3 cycles of breath. Maybe you're still in half splits. 1 more cycle of breath wherever you are. Inhale, walk the hands. Good. Tuck the back toe. Lift up. And we're going to lower all the way down onto our back. So drop the hips to the side. And lower all the way down. Good. We're going to finish with single pigeon or sleeping pigeon. So you choose what feels best in your body. Let's start with single pigeon here. Supine pigeon. So this is right where we started off. We'll just stay here. If this feels like you could go a little deeper, you could grab the shin and now press the hands into the shin into the hands, and then lengthen that tailbone. And for others who have really benefited from feeling that opening in the hips, you're going to lift the head, snuggle your right foot into your left elbow, and that right arm comes around the outside. Maybe you can clasp the hands together. Maybe you can lower the head back down. This feels pretty intense in my body. But if the head is struggling and you've got a block or a book or a blanket, this feels really good. So you've got the really intense hip opener, but the head feels grounded. Okay? If you can get the head down, that's wonderful. Doesn't matter if you can't, but plug energetically, plug the shoulders down. Now, maybe you extend that left leg forward. Maybe, maybe not. And if it doesn't feel good, just keep that bent knee. Good, inhaling here. Exhaling here. So we've really looked at the hips in this position, this pose, in all angles. Standing up, lying on our back, flying on our wrists, and release. Good, other side. Cross the left leg over, press it here. So you can take supine pigeon. Some people call this thread the needle. Whatever resonates, you know it. You've done it 1,000 times probably in your lifetime, maybe even more. Like one of those poses that even if you don't do yoga, you know what thread the needle is. That's it. And then maybe sleeping pigeon. Left foot into the right elbow and bring the hand around the outside. Again, lower the head down. This is really where the work is, so maybe you're going to put that block underneath the back of the head and then lengthen that right leg forward. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're going to rebend it here. Probably better for me. I'm just going to stay with it. 3 cycles of breath. Notice how my head's creeping up, so there's that holding in the neck. So actually maybe I should put the foot on the floor. And release. Good, let's finish with a twist before Shavasana. Cross the right leg over the left. Shuffle the hips to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. So this is the other half of our Garudasana. Snuggle the knees up to the elbows. So we took the arm bind, and so this is the leg bind. So really you've even, we've brought that full pose into the practice, but separately. Good. Maybe look up, maybe look back to the left. Let go of Ujjayi breath. That's it. And release. Left leg over right. Inhale, knees to chest. And release it all the way over. 3 cycles of breath. And if you haven't got a smile in your lips and in your eyes, put one there, because you've finished, and I hope you feel great and just setting yourself up for a wonderful day. Close the eyes, go in. Just neutralizing and strengthening your spine. Just the twists are so good for digestion and rejuvenation in the abdominals. And come back to center. Take the arms up and over the head. Take a full body stretch. Inhale here. And exhale here. Change the hook of the thumbs. Point the toes. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Bring the hands down. Feet as wide as the mat. Let the feet roll out. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. If you need any other poses, maybe you need a happy baby. Maybe you want to put your legs up the wall. Maybe you even want to bring your feet into Supine Pigeon. Just whatever feels intuitive. I really encourage you to choose what your body feels and tells you that it needs, because it really does hold all the answers. Take one last deep breath in here and fully surrender to this moment, receiving the practice. Shavasana. If you want to stay in Shavasana, please honor that and really give yourself time to rest and rejuvenate. The self-care practice starts right here. I'm going to close the class out by bringing my prayer to the third eye for quality of thought, and then moving the prayer to my lips for quality of speech, and to the heart for quality of life. Shining the light of your yoga on what you think, what you say, and what you do. You're amazing.